I think if you're going to develop a brand or create a brand from scratch or whatever, that what everybody wants to know about a brand is who are these people? What motivates them? Why do they do the things that they do? What is their passion? What are their hatreds? Am I talking to real people? Am I having a business relationship with real people with a real voice? Or is this a manufactured thing out of some system and process, you know? And I don't think we trust process. We don't trust communication that's been put together through focus groups and the rest of it. I want a human relationship. And that's what a brand is. If a brand isn't human, it's not really worth shit. Well, the nourishment of ideas is kind of like gardening, I suppose, in a way, because sometimes what looks like a flower is a weed, and what looks like a weed is actually a flower. And I know as a creative director, I always had the sense that it wasn't always what I liked. I had to kind of judge also the people involved. How serious were they about this idea when they first brought it to me? And if were they kind of undecided about it, then we could have a logical conversation or see what was working, what may need to be added. But sometimes if I wasn't feeling it, but they were deeply into it, I'd let that horse run for a while, because you can't always trust yourself to be the arbiter of what'll work or not work. And that's, I think that's one thing Kennedy and I were very good at, was trying to be a guide. But when people you trust and that you believe in are very passionate about something, I'd let them have their head for a while. Well, if a client really cares about their job and what they're going to produce, they better damn well find the time to make sure they've created a relationship with their agency that's productive. They need to, just like an agency has to quit thinking that, well, we're the auteurs here and we know best, and the client saying, I've got the money. That kind of thing, you have to throw that out. And we've always felt that it works best when you put something on the table and you forget whose agency and whose client, and you say, is this thing working? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? I mean, and get all that other stuff out of the way. It's that kind of honest ability to listen and see. Well, I think passion is always passion's a funny thing, because there's honest passion that, and then there's a very manufactured kind of passion about it, and you feel like, well, every great creative person is passionate and flammable. But I think it's more than passion. I would say there needs to be a huge degree of heart involved in this thing. And when there's deep stirring at that level, then that's the kind of thing you trust. And if it's not there, you need to keep looking. Well, there's an enormous amount of provocative thought and anticipation about what the new world is bringing in terms of all these new options to communicate with people. But quite honestly, I think the riddle of this business is pretty simple. It's been the same since people gathered around a campfire to hear a story, you know? I mean, are you a good storyteller or a bad storyteller? Make me laugh, make me cry, make me do something. And you can, whether you do it on the internet or on a balloon floating above me, I don't care. But just move me, dude.